welcome back to another episode of the Kids on the Block podcast. We're here with DeAundra Roberts from Nashville, Tennessee. He is an upcoming artist, music and sound engineer, clothing brand maker, and a boxer. I'm 615 favorite nephew. DeAndre, tell the people about yourself.
So I am working with a lot of artists. Really a lot of name brand artists y'all might know, either Ronnie DeVoe or Young Thug. I used to work with him back in like 2016. Um, he came down to the studio and stuff. I also am starting a new business with United Masters. Um, they help young artists like myself get out their music. Uh, so I'm partnering with them and Notes for Notes. Um, I've also done a whole bunch of other stuff. My clothing business. I'm starting my own brand and also um, having something else where people create their own um, like their own design. They send it to me and I'll make it. And I've just really been able to like really connect around the world. That's really what I
Wow, that that's a lot, and I thought I did a lot. Um, so when you say you take other people's designs to make it yourself, what are you using for that?
I'm just using just whatever like so I take uh, either people send me like an actual design graph of what they made, or they just tell me what they want on the shirt and I'll make it look good. So I know somebody had wanted like a black Barbie shirt,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just like, you, you have like a design for it already. I can go based off of it. It's like, no, I just want a black Barbie on it. I was like, okay, we'll see what I can do with that. Um, and that was like one of my first projects, and then that's when I was just like, you can really do something with it. So that's what made me start doing like shirts and going into that.
Well, 'cause, I deal with sublimation. That's like kind of like the same thing you have is with shirts, but I just take it up a notch. Like I do cups. For I have one here. So they wanted a '90s theme, so that's I put it on the cup, and I can also
Okay.
do T-shirts and mouse pads and stuff like that. And that's what I kind of ask. And I would love to partner with you too on some stuff. I'll let you know about that. Right.
Okay.
All right. For the first topic we have is being black in America, and a black man at that. How do you feel about that? Because like you're a black man in society, the election we just got our results, whether we wanted them or not, but we got the results.
Yeah. I know a lot of people were upset about this election. Um, I particularly don't really get into politics like that. Um, but I know being black in America is really hard because we're not actually like from here, like uh, generationally speaking. We're no black person is from here, but really all we are all black, you know. So people don't want to admit it, but we are all black. But it's definitely harder for the ones that are like really that's like actually from the depths of being African American. So it's tough.
So like my response, I'm going to quote Elijah Anderson, and I hope this is the right person who talking about that being black is a burden in white spaces. And like I do see it because it can be a burden. You can't dress a type of way in front of white people. You can't act a certain way. If not, you're gonna get the cops called on you. But that's just one side of being black. But the other side of it is excellence. We have black excellence. Like, I'm all for it. See, I have my flags, Black Lives Matter, the Black Panther Party,
Yeah,
and another BLM poster. But it's just black excellence. But we don't really talk about that much. We only talk about the negative side of it.
definitely do need to start talking about the positive aspect of being black than just bringing up your right.
Then, what is the positive
Um,
aspect?
the positive aspect is whenever like whenever black groups get together, that they all just kind of connect. I
Mm-hmm.
just find that a lot. When I was working um, out of town with like a couple of black folks, I was trying to they were all with me from Notes for Notes. We were trying to think of a new idea um, for that United project outside the United Masters thing to help. Um, we all just kind of like out of the same thing, and I feel like we just kind of like, connect more with different races or ethnicities. Uh, yeah, so I just think they just kind of connect more.
Yeah, and I see that too. Cause like from my previous summer jobs, it was just like we're always gonna be the majority. Like we're gonna be the minority in the majority in the room. But it's like we always gonna connect with each other. It's just like just being black. It's always gonna be the black people that's just gonna come together and connect. Like you don't really need no formal introduction because we all go through kind of the same thing, and that's really it. Anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people do bring that negative look because when you think of black, you think of ghetto. You think like they gonna be really loud or something. Because I know a lot of people like that. And they kind of bring on this fake facade of black people being loud and ghetto, but they don't feel like that actual uh, successful side of being black.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And it's always frowned upon, or you never hear about it. Rarely the successful side of being black. 'Cause, you're always going to hear about the black on black killing, and what is that? And just like black people being ghetto, because they have that. They say never judge a book by its cover, but we were stolen from our land. If you want to get that far back in history, but you took us from our land, enslaved us, and just forced us to work, and we were had to listen to a master and all that. So that's where majority of the stereotypes come from. And I say the word stereotype for a reason, because like, and you was hitting on that too. You have certain black people who is going to prove the stereotype, like they're loud, ugly, and can't do certain stuff. Intelligent, can't read, and just have people proving the stereotype. That's something that I do is I work twice as hard because you're not finna view me as a regular black person. Cause I'm a cycle breaker. I'm gonna break them cycles. You're not gonna judge me. The same thing that you may have said to my grandparents and my great grandparents and far on back. You're not gonna get away with that from me. You're not.
yeah, I do agree with that.
And that's like that kind of plays a part in history too. Like you never hear about the accomplishments of black people in general. In general, we invented the elevator, the traffic light, and what else? The doorknob, the GPS system, the alarm clock. I mean, yeah, the alarm clock, the alarm system. Just many things that we have been invented for, but never got the credit for. While we're on the topic of being black, you know, we gotta talk about the relationship side of it too, black love. We all want that black love, especially like the '90s, the black love, Martin, Gina, and that kind of love. But you said that black relationships are harder than biracial relationships. Can you explain? Can you like go in depth on that?
Yeah, I can. So you know that usually a lot of black men now are going for snow bunnies. So I find it odd because it seems like they get along better than black and black. Because usually, um, I guess black people really get lied to a lot,
Mm.
so it's really hard to trust someone else, especially if both of people have been lied to. So I feel like that's and it seems like too a lot of black men cheat a lot. So and I'm not saying it's every black man,
Uh-huh.
right?
Black men don't cheat.
But
Black men do
it's
not cheat.
it's mature. So that's why and also it's also being young at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
You can get manipulated really easy. So you gotta watch out because women will manipulate you. So
Well, I hear what you're saying. You know, around my friend group, I'm known as Dr. Umar because, me personally, I'm not going to white. I'm not going to date a white girl. I'm black queens forever, snow bunnies never. So yeah, I was like that, cause you have some white girls, not all, who date black men. They will lie on them. If a girl lie on you and you're a black man, especially if they white, straight to
but
hell.
see, here's the thing too though. With that, it seems like the black man doesn't have that much money for white women for that generational wealth.
Mhm.
So it's we're reverse evolving.
Mhm.
We are uh back in like 1960, we try to find a white woman to get that wealth, and we're doing it again. Uh, but people really don't realize.
Mhm.
Um, uh, but I guess it's also just that the genes, I guess, because it seems like you really can't be attracted to your own race that way because of the facade that black people put on. So
Like, and like this is a question to like everybody, and especially black men in particular. Why are we trying to find wealth in white women? Like, why you can't date a sister and make your own generational wealth? Like,
but that's like the only thing. See, black men and men in general just get discouraged once like those first couple relationships.
mm,
And I've been there. I know how. But they were all mainly my fault
mm,
because I really didn't grasp what a relationship was because there's no really like good definition of it. Um, a lot of people will say a relationship is a bond between two people. A relationship is probably uh, dating going into marriage. So there's not really like a good way to grasp it. You can probably hear um, different answers from everybody. It's just the way people are on. So you just gotta like find that right person to connect.
of course, and I've been in the same shoes as you also. But and if I go back and I analyze my past relationships, I always seem like there's there's a foundation missing. You say you don't know what a relationship was, or if you do have answers, but you really didn't. It's because like, what is love? Like, and I ask people, I ask my friends, I ask my boys, like, what is love? Like what is love? Like, can you explain it? Like, it's not just sliding up in a girl's DMs, liking her posts, and just trying to get on from there. Like what is love? And that's one thing that y'all have to be safe about is like, don't be getting in these relationships just because y'all thirsty, just because y'all need somebody to talk to, or just somebody to hold at night. Just get in these relationships for a real reason. And
But see, being in a relationship is hard because you're learning to live with that person.
mhm,
Once you marry them, you know all about them.
mhm,
That's why marriage is easy, but you gotta know all about them
mhm.
to be able to. So that's just like really, you just gotta find them.
You gotta have that foundation. Like you got, like you was talking about, you gotta know her. You gotta, you gotta know her. You gotta do everything. You just can't just go in there one day. Oh, I like you. Like you go from there. You gotta have that foundation. Like even a house, even for a house to be stable, it needs a foundation. It needs that solid ground. And relationships need it too. And another thing, don't you date that girl because she thick. Just wanted to say it because nobody else was going to say it. No one else was going to say it. I just wanted to say it. But again, you need that solid foundation. Oh, I'm going to date her because she's thick. Then I'm trying to smash and just leave. That is not a good relationship, and that's nowhere to start. That is not a great place to start in relationships.
But also, if there's a conflict, you gotta sit down and
Come on.
talk about it. Once it gets hard, you can't just leave. You can't just leave the situation because what's that gonna do for you the best? You know,
Mm-hmm.
you
And like,
gotta sit there and talk about it.
I swear, God, He plays it out for me. He plays it out He plays it out. I'm like, don't don't go tell your girls what's happening in our relationship, because it's just a two-person relationship. It is me and you. Like if we're having a problem, like communication is key. If we're having a problem, you come to me. Don't go to nobody else. You come to me if you're having a problem. If your day,
They're gonna tell you the wrong thing.
literally, man, if your day is not going good, come tell me. Come tell me first. If you need a vent, just let me know and we can talk it out. Even if you need time for you to vent where I don't talk and I just listen, I'll do that. But like communication is key. If there's a problem, we both need to sit down and talk it out. We gotta list that pros and the cons. Anything you got to add?
No, you got that.
I've been through it, so speaking from
It's
experience, I've been there. And on your TikTok, you made a video where you said too many men are dying because of y'all women. And I had to change that language.
yeah. So the reason why I made that post is because one of my friends had offed himself because his girlfriend cheated on him, and he was about 17 years old, and it kind of hit me a little hard because I was like, that that's that's not that's not a good reason. It's not really a good any reason to kill yourself is not really a good reason. Yeah. So it just kind of hurt me a certain way
Mm-hmm.
when it happened because it just kind of caught me off guard. But it's just like women don't understand that it doesn't take that much for. Okay, if you break up with someone, well, matter of fact, if you know cheating on somebody is worse than breaking up with them. Okay,
Come on.
because It hurts so much more when you don't know about it versus when you know about
Like you could have told me,
it.
like,
And
if you want to go out and cheat, just tell me. Just tell me, and we can end the relationship. If you want to go out and cheat.
bro, it's deep secret. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna happen. You like not every relationship is gonna be forever. People think, oh, I love her automatically. He loves somebody automatically. It's love at first sight is not a real
No, it's
thing.
not.
Even though people have confirmed, I know a lot of like I think my uncle and my auntie had love at first sight. They've been married for like 32 years. It can happen, but it's very rare. Y'all gotta
Especially
like
in this new
really,
generation.
especially,
Especially.
uh, they gotta learn. Y'all gotta take y'all time with women. Well, I don't, because
Take your time. Take
women
your time.
nowadays, yeah, women nowadays do not have self respect for themselves.
No.
Honestly, it is. It's mainly because of the rappers they listen to. I'm not gonna lie, because it's it's really like I think after Sexy Red made that one song, and after Kamala Harris lost, it's just all bad.
Kamala Harris. So put that out there.
It's been all bad. I don't know why, but it's just gone downhill from here. And women also are just like, we need men no more. Who do y'all think did half of the sewer work?
Who's gonna kill that spider? Wait, no stereotypes. And women don't understand the power they hold, especially in a relationship. You said that a friend of yours had off himself because his girl was cheating on him. Like that's just saying like women don't understand the power they hold in a relationship. And you also talking about that women, well, I'm saying these new kids, these new generation don't have self respect for themselves, or and it could be like the boys they date too. Me personally, I'm never gonna call a female the B word. Like that's just me personally and how I was raised. So like, I'm not gonna call you that word. But they call it to you. They call it to each other. So why not? What else I was gonna say? And you talk about the
Okay. See, here's the one thing though. Women do not understand that even though a man was raised right not to hit a woman, if a woman puts her hands on a man, the moms nowadays, it's just like it's a fair fight at that point. You don't only put your hands on him. You might as well go ahead and fight it out. Okay, but I'm not saying just going around hitting a woman, but women don't need to go around hitting men.
come on, because I'm from that old
Yeah.
generation where you don't hit women. And if she hits you, you walk away.
But women don't need to be hitting men.
Come on, point blank period. They don't. Then you talked about the music industry. And this music industry and the rappers that they have nowadays is it's a lot. Because music is influential, like the stuff you listen to and you play in your head. It plays a role in your mind. The stuff that you listen to, if you listen to Sexy Red and Megan Thee Stallion and Glorilla talking about fuck nigga free, you're gonna have that mindset of fuck nigga free. You see. I may listen to it every now and then, but I'm more into the oldies but the goodies. Play some Marvin Gaye, any Motown, then you got my attention. And if I do listen to rap, it'll probably be Tupac, his posters right there. Probably be Tupac or something like that. Something I can get down with. And you never seen Tupac hit a woman. That's nothing I want to throw out there. But I don't know about Blueface.
There you go.
I don't know about blue flakes.
Yeah, that made no sense.
Okay, where are we at?
Yeah, right. It really is these artists because I feel like, and even Lil RT song, why they got that boy? He like what 9, 10,
He a little
and he
younger.
talking about I'm gonna come. Like, he ain't talking about I'm gonna come in her stomach. What? They is sexualizing these children. I
Please.
don't know why, but they doing it and they don't even know it.
They don't. And like, cause I was at a summer job this summer, and I just heard these little kids talking about these little boys probably in about elementary or going to middle school 5th grade, and they were just sexualizing women. I'm not gonna say the words, but talking about women inappropriately. Like when I was back in that age, I had Disney Channel. They said Disney Channel not around no more. Y'all have Disney Plus, but I was still trying to figure out what was that 8 and 9 Central. You know, nowadays they don't care. Because like again, it is
PBS.
in the music. And if you are
Hey,
black, I tell every black person to go watch They Clone Tyrone on Netflix, and it will answer a lot of questions or raise questions if you don't have any.
hey, they really. Well, see, here's the only problem though. I don't know why Trump put this law out, but apparently now they can teach new stuff about Black history in
Mm-hmm.
schools. Or I'm saying they will take away that school's funding. I don't. It's a part of the DO the Department of Education law that he put out that now states are allowed to get rid of education. Which I think is absolutely dumb. Um, Apparently now, like, if apparently you had to pay for education for regular like primary school.
Mm-hmm.
It was for some reason I forgot. I But it was for some reason he took away the Department of Education,
He did. He's going to
and
defund it.
yeah, he was going to defund it. I don't know why, but and it's just this future generation is going to be like really messed up already.
I pray for him. I really
So
do. I do want to talk about you had brought up that he's taking from what I heard he is taking away African American studies and gender studies out of every out of every institution of education from Head Start all the way up to college and graduate school and all on up. And like to me that's erasing my history. Well, I went to a white elementary, so I barely knew about Black History Month. And if I did, it was Dr. King and Rosa Parks. That was it. It was like they're taking away African American Studies, which is a class I'll be taking for my senior year. Supposed to be taking it, probably not no more. It's erasing our history from the textbooks, and it's continue to whitewashing it. In schools, you'll always learn about slavery, but you'll never learn about Mansa Musa, the richest black man, from I won't say Africa.
yeah,
And then they're
I
also
don't even
banning
I don't
African American books. What'd you say?
even they teach that now
They don't teach it?
about Mansa Musa. I don't even think they do it no more.
Mm. Well, I had to learn on my own and from TikTok, of course. I really didn't learn from school. And I did
Yeah,
learn
I
about
don't even
Claudette
think they.
Colvin. I did learn about her.
Yeah,
Then they're banning
because
books
I think
too.
I asked my cousin about it, and he
Mm-hmm.
was just like, "Oops." I was like, "Excuse me." He didn't know like that, and I was like, "That is like third grade," and he in fifth.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, "They failing these kids now, bro.
The
They don't
educational
even know
system
about
is failing us.
oh bad. This was so messed up. Cause I got perfect education. I'm not gonna lie. Cause there's this one school. You know about perfect traffic?
I heard about it.
Yeah, they really like get in the hands of black education and like really
Mm-hmm.
get down into it. So um, they really because like the founder is black, so
Mm-hmm.
she got like everything about blackness. She ain't miss a single bit. That's why I think they need to like really make more like I really want to say like historically black like elementary schools or something. I know that's dumb. So
No, no, it's not.
that's like
No, it's not. I went to, well,
uh,
technically a
but like
historical
they
black middle school.
yeah they really like need like actually black like as elementary and middle school now because they don't have it.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's only like a handful, but that's also because they don't want to really teach about Black history. They want
And
to get rid of it.
they can't teach about it.
They can't. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
They technically can't.
Yep.
That's crazy.
It is. And like I didn't have my first black teacher until fifth grade year at KIP, and I had my ups and downs with KIP, but I will say my middle school from fifth to eighth grade will be the best years at a KIP school. I'm not gonna say which one. They didn't pay me to publicize them. I'm gonna say that they didn't pay me, but they did. They went heavy on Black history, knowing about HBCUs, and that's how I got introduced to everything. Cause like since fifth grade, I always knew I wanted to go to Howard University. Howard, not Harvard. There's a difference, you know. Like, and that's another thing that I want to say. Black teachers matters. Like, you know, every child should experience a black teacher, and especially if it's a black child, they need that black teacher. They need that mother, the father figure, in not just in the home, but in the school setting too. And you need that role model of a black teacher. You do.
Because I feel like definitely Black teachers teach a little bit more. Because
Mhm.
I know, Mr. Josh, that kid.
Mhm.
Yeah, he taught us about like a financial situation
Mhm.
in class, and I feel like Black teachers actually make learning fun and
Yes,
actually like
they do. They do.
out into it at the same time, because Black teachers don't play. If you joking in the back of the class, I'll roast you right in the middle of class. I seen it with my eyes and I loved it. The
Um,
whole roast battle,
did you
real
take
class.
general music with Miss Fripp? Mm,
Yeah,
that was experience, and I've been with her
yeah. She
ever since general music. I've been there with Miss Fripp, and and not only her but other black teachers in our school, they went the extra mile. You know, if it was standing out to school, helping people, it was just they always went the extra mile. And especially when Black History Month came around, I will say Kip Collegiate, they did a big one for Black History Month. We had pep rallies, we had everything. You know, it was, you know, proud to be black. I'll say that.
yeah,
Black educators matter. They really do.
they really do. They really need to hire some more or something because
Come on.
they need to do something.
I'll get in there and teach the class. I probably would. You know.
Right.
But Trump
I don't
defunding.
know. I can't deal with this stuff.
Oh, I wasn't always saved. You know, I have to be talking to the Lord all day if I deal with some of these kids. You know, some of these kids disrespectful, don't got no home training. You know, you gotta pray for some of them. We gotta pray for some of these kids. And that's another thing. I pray for this next generation that is coming up. And while we're on to talk about that, I want to bring up, self care for black men. And I also have navigating the challenges, mental health, burnout, and self care for black men. Because, it's a lot to be a black man. It's a lot.
They really need to like, cause ain't nobody really teaching. black men about self care like at all. Like I only recently like figured about self care eighth grade,
Mm-hmm. Cause I did too, kind of around
and
my
that
eighth grade year. Cause I had them
yeah,
black teachers. I'm telling you, it was a black male teacher.
and your mama taught me. He
Mm-hmm.
taught me about self self love. I was like, what's that? It's just like you gotta take care of yourself in order to be happy. Because you have to be happy about yourself before you can be happy about anybody else.
Come on, tell them.
You know?
Cause
You gotta make yourself feel happy.
come on,
You know?
you gotta have that foundation at home, and you can tell that some people they don't have that foundation. They don't have that home training. They don't got the lessons of self love and all that. You know, and I always say, um, um, you can't love nobody unless you learn to love yourself. Because how are you supposed to go out there and go love somebody if you don't know what love is? And self care is important, especially for a black man. You know, if you getting mad, if you getting agitated, just take that breather, go for a walk. And another thing I want to say is mental health is real. And if you have a mental health problem, or if
Yeah.
you know anyone, please go get it taken care of. You know, and get you
That's
a
all.
therapist. I know they say black people don't do therapists and therapy. We do. We need to start. We need to start taking care of ourselves, cause that's how we gonna live longer. You know, and outlive these white people. That's one of that.
But then also, the generation before us didn't really know about self love, so they really had to teach themselves
And
to pass
especially
on to
for
the next
black
generation.
men, especially for
Especially,
especially the male figures, cause growing up, always hear don't cry in public. They'll say men don't cry. You wait till you get home and you get behind closed doors, then you cry. Then that was cause that's what my grandfather and my grandparents knew, taught my father, my mother. That's what their parents taught them, and it's like that generational of where are they supposed to get it. But we're supposed to have that generational wealth, that generational wisdom, but where are they getting it from? How can I'm gonna say the image of the black men have that self care when they were stolen from their land, put in bondage, had to serve another master, I'm gonna say two masters, a religion and a real life master on that plantation. You took them from their land, from their family, from their kingdom, and put them in bondage. So they had to break us down to build us up in the image that they wanted the black man in. So they broke us down by slavery, Jim Crow, putting us in bondage, spitting on us, and all the hateful things and the stereotypes before they can build us up in the image that they have of us today.
but they really need to understand you never want to hit a man where it hurts. Even though y'all may be arguing, y'all need to you know, don't ever hit him where it hurts. Like don't ever be like, oh, that's why your daddy won't never hear, or that's why you never had a figure in your life you really look up to. Don't do that, because men do cry, and at the end of the day, it does hurt. It
Mm-hmm.
really does. And
And you
men
don't know
have
people's
feelings
home
too. Okay,
situation sometimes. You don't know what they go through at
right.
home.
Men do not cry. Yes, we do, but we never show it.
Come on. And we never show emotion. And if we do, we're always portrayed as the angry black men. They always talk about the mad black angry woman, but never the mad black man. Unless we're on a rampage, killing each other and doing raping women. If you want to go there, and just that's the only time we get talked about in that negative image.
See, that's why we gotta learn how to like really. We have to find why do black people hate each other? Because that's like all we get portrayed. Black people are killing blacks.
And I said this
but it
before.
always be like, yeah, it always be like, uh, it be like that's your brother, but then if he snitch on you, you gotta get your get back.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like black people portray each other as family, but then if family get portrayed, then you gotta go and get that. So I feel like that's also like why a lot of people are killing because
That was
apparently,
that was a lot. It was a lot.
yeah,
And I always said
live
that
like
if black people can just come together and rise up, we can be like Wakanda and Black Panther. We can. But some people say it's too late because we have, well, it's not really more popular gang fights and black on black killing. And you had said the question, why do black people hate each other? And I'm always take it back to history. And the point in time that I'm gonna take it back to is slavery. On the plantation, we're all there serving the master. They call it the slave master mentality or the plantation mentality. Now you had your Harriet Tubmans of the plantation who wanted to free everybody, but you always had that one person who's gonna snitch, go run back and go tell massa. You always gonna have that one person on the plantation, and like that is where that divide is. And I'm sure Harriet Tubman had experienced many times on her trips to save black people. It's always that one black person who don't want to be saved. Well, I'm good in a big house. I got clothes. I don't need no freedom. I'm good in a big house. But they just didn't understand, and that's where it comes from, the betrayal. And it comes from what is that, segregation and Jim Crow. You always had that one. There's a word for it. Your Uncle Tom. You always had that Uncle Tom. You always had the Uncle Tom, the person who was superior
yes,
to
sir.
whites, and the other blacks didn't like that. You always had that one person, and that still plays a role today. You always gonna have that one black person. Anything you got to add?
Yeah.
Okay, I think you also said, according to your TikTok, how women make it hard for a man to love them, and that y'all trying so hard to make him perfect. And I'm gonna elaborate on that, and I'll let you. There is no such thing as the perfect man. You know, women have it. They have this checklist. They have this piece of paper of what their dream man is. Men, we have it too. No one is going to check off all them boxes. No one's going to check out them boxes and be the perfect. Cause they can be poor but love you the best. They can be rich and still have a problem. They can be poor and still have a problem. Like, no one is going to be perfect. And women, you can't you well, I say you I'm probably 50-50. You can and you can't mold a man into what you want him to be. Now, back to them snow bunnies. I don't know how they do it, but they be doing it. Get them brother out them J's, had them start wearing them Jordans and into some Hey Dudes and and some slacks and stuff like that. Start talking a certain way, and don't kick it with the homeboys no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's really just being whitewashed. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
let's see. That's what we got to stop doing. You gotta stop. You gotta stop doing that. See, because being okay, being whitewashed is good to a certain point because you want to be a process black man. You want to be able to have that. You want to have that white man feel, but still have that like personality, right? You want to have good table manners. You want to be the best version of yourself can be.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't, and as you said, there's no perfect man. You can't be perfect, but
Only God.
you can be you can be your best self though.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing. You just gotta try. Just work on yourself for like a couple of months.
That's that self care.
Do a year self care. You gotta pay attention to yourself. Pay attention to how you move. Pay attention to what your body's doing. Pay attention. You have to learn to love love yourself before you love anyone else. That's just it. That's all you can do.
Yes.
You know, but people aren't gonna. They're not gonna.
And you were
They're probably not. But that's human. People are they're normal. You know, you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna be weird. That's okay. You know. So that's all I got.
you were talking about whitewash, in that. But the whole time I was thinking about code switching. You gotta know how to turn it on and off, or you can have that. I guess I don't even know. I don't want to say it that way, but you just gotta know how to turn it on and off. You have to know how to read a room. Read a room and when to talk proper, and when not to. You just gotta know. You gotta have that code switching. And I hate to say it, some black people do not know how to code switch. Some black people do not know how to code switch. And another thing you was
So
talking
that's just
about, you can go. You can go.
I just said that's just how they was taught.
Yeah. Again, you need that foundation. But you was talking about well, I'm gonna summarize it. You was talking about kind of like self care, how you have to know how to love yourself before you love anybody else, and you also gotta know how your body works. Like you said, that you need to. There's only one person that knows you better than you, and that's you. Like you know what you love, you know what you like, man. Shit, hey, you know what turns you on, and I guess if you want to say it like that, you do like like you can be the best you for you. Like, and some of them answers and just you.
But just people are still desperate. We're still humans. We still have that. Our hormones are still kicking. We still, find that girl sexy. We still want to go get her, but you just gotta have self control. Self
And
control.
that is what the whole month of November is about. Fellas, you may hate it, but you need that self control. You need that cleansing. You need it because you need to know. You need to know if you have that willpower and the self control. And I know some people that said they failed on the first day. I'm gonna pray for you, and I hope you do better next year. I really am. But you need that willpower, and you need that self control. And we're talking about self care, and men, that can be a way of self care. That that can be a way of self care. A stress reliever. You have anything to say? But fellas, take November seriously.
Yeah, take November seriously, y'all. Don't say you didn't fail. Tell the truth. we are. We was all on the verge at one point.
Today. But you gotta have that willpower. You have to have that willpower and that self control. You do, and that's really self care for a black man. And that's all I got. I am 615 favorite nephew. I am here with my guest host for today, DeAundra. I'm gonna close it out for the people.
Well, yeah, I guess this was really it's really good. I feel great. Um, I feel like this is a topic that everyone needs to like really sit down and talk about. Um, I'm just saying, just stay strong. Um, help each other out. Have that self that mental day to
Come on.
yourself. Keep, keep your sanity. Okay, we all need a mental health day, and then you cry, women. Please be careful with this heart. Be very gentle. Okay? Be very gentle, Chinese version.
Come
Okay,
on.
that's all I got.
And no, you just gotta stay black and die.